Yeah, it's David Pakman with the update, and he is discussing a series of events that Trump rallies that Trump did between his various arrests, and it was funny. Here he is.
Round in South Dakota over the weekend for the failed former president, twice impeached, 4 times indicted and arrested, civilly liable rapist Donald Trump. That's the guy. But before we get to our interviews with Trumpists, we have to look at this totally farcical attempt at a speech by the failed former president. Donald Trump apparently thought, hey, I don't know, between arrests and criminal trials, I'll head out to South Dakota and do a speech. Kristi Noem will endorse me, and she's going to, be a brown-nosing sycophant the way she's been, and the entire thing. This could not have gone more poorly for Trump. Rambling incoherently. Take a look at this. Does anyone know what this is about?
Remember Hillary with the thing with the women screaming, that one woman with the glasses, she's become famous? No. That was the most beautiful stage I've ever seen. By the end of the evening, it didn't look pretty. They rigged the presidential election.
Any idea what on earth Trump is talking about? And you'll notice that during the Newsmax broadcast, if you're watching.
Hold on. He's about to make a good point, but I want to stop him after he made a bad point. We know, I bet a lot of folks know what he's talking about. He's talking about that woman going like, that lady? Yeah, she was a meme for a while. And by the way, she was right. The kind of stuff she was terrified was going to happen is exactly what happened. Roe versus Wade got overturned. Americans lost a right that they had for the first time in our history. They got that taken away. Unless you consider the right to take away another person's rights in their entirety in the form of slavery to be a right Americans once had. But no, she was quite correct to make that face, and Trump making fun of her tells me he really, really has underestimated the attitude and the political savviness of the progressive movement, because it's not been the centrist Democrats that have been kicking his ass. It's been progressives.
Phone number, they were, what strange times we're living in. Alongside the Trump speech was a Rudy Giuliani legal defense fund promotion on the side of the screen. Truly.
Come on now. I need to go back a little bit. That's, by God. Did you think you would ever be living in an actual satire? Like, if I were to imagine what the Republican Party was going to look like as an adult when I was a kid, or rather, when I was a kid, if I would have imagined what the Republican Party would have looked like in the distant future of now, this is the kind of ridiculous satire I would have imagined. Ex-president, twice impeached Donald Trump on trial finally because he was too public with the crimes he was doing, and Rudy Giuliani begging for money for his legal defense. Yeah, just appreciate how badly they're getting whipped. That Newsmax is what's covering Trump here, and part of that stream is pleading for money for broke-ass, treacherous Rudy Giuliani. Evil, see you next Tuesday, Rudy Giuliani needs to beg for money. Remember, if the folks in that crowd give money to Rudy Giuliani because they saw it advertised during a Trump speech, they're going to, in their souls, they're going to say, I've done my part with my $5, $10, $100, whatever they were going to give. And they are less likely to give that to their local candidates because they'll say, wait a minute, I did my part. I already did my political donation for this month. Every time they do that, it drains resources. Bear it in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Let's let this power through.
Screen. Truly incredible stuff. Next, Donald Trump arguing that because Joe Biden is getting him indicted, when he is president again, he will just call and demand the indictment of people. This is the dangerous dictatorial stuff I was telling you about last week.
91 fake and phony charges, 91. How many charges are there? But we're going to ask for dismissals of a lot of it. Most of it is just, you ask for dismissal. It's called dismiss the charges. But remember, it's a Democrat charging his opponent. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. That means that if I win and somebody wants to run against me, I call my attorney general. I say, listen, indict him. Oh, he hasn't done anything wrong that we know of. I don't know. Indict him on income tax evasion. You'll figure it out.
There you go.
PNC Bio saying U.S. politics are fascinating. They are, man. Weren't always, in my opinion. I think folks did a really good job of keeping it boring enough that people didn't pay close attention. But God help us, it ain't that way no more. But I'll tell you, Canada's given us a run for our money with Ford and Palaver. Good God. Hopefully you guys can staunch the bleeding of sanity before it gets this bad over there.
Oh, there you go.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
Trump openly saying, I'll just have my political opponents indicted. Of course, there is no evidence that Joe Biden has been involved in any of the 4 criminal indictments of Trump. If anybody has such evidence, please forward it to me. Trump then reviews or refreshes, rehabilitates the tired lie that he's being.
And we know what he's going to say. I never did anything wrong, and I've only done good things, and anybody saying a bad thing about me is actually bad. Joe Biden is the one that wants to sleep with his daughter. Did you hear how Joe Biden talked about his daughter? Did you hear that? Said such awful things about his daughter, Joe Biden. Such terrible things he said. This clown, we know what he is already. No need to go over it other than to say, yeah, it's mask off. He's going to do the usual thing. He's going to say, when serious people talk to him, he's going to say, it was a joke. I was just joking. Come on. It was a joke. Unless he's in a bad mood, in which case he'll say, I meant it. But we know that regardless, if he gets in that office, he's going to do it. He's going to try to turn this into a dictatorship. I say we know because you guys have expressed that to me often. We are aware, and because we are aware of those stakes, I am delighted to see that we are acting in a unified manner, largely speaking, about what to do about it. Even when we don't have the exact same strategy, even if we think, oh, this guy would be better here, that gal would be better there, we're pretty damn unified. We know that the thing that cannot be is Donald Trump in the White House. Can't happen. Can't be Ron DeSantis either. And I think most people have also learned the lesson that more palatable as a Chris Christie or a Nikki Haley may be, ultimately their goals are the same, just in a more polite wrapping. They're fine with gerrymandering. They're not fine with actually pointing guns at you and saying, at least they don't say they are, they're not fine with physically stopping you from voting, but they are fine with arranging things quietly in such a way as to make your vote irrelevant. Fortunately, because of the the fact that folks follow politics real close these days, including hey PNC Bio, people watching it that don't themselves have the ability to vote in them. That gives me hope. That gives me a lot of hope. And I will say further, even though it does give me hope, let's learn our lessons from 2015 and acknowledge that 2015 and 2016 that hope is not enough. Not enough. So let's talk about what you can do.